So we're going upriver, and I think we're doing the same journey that Colin will have done from Bordeaux to Coudreau. And so, which is why it's fascinating for me, because I'm looking all around thinking the landscape's exactly the same. So he will have seen these trees, that chateau. I'm literally seeing what he's seeing. It's incredible.
Coudreau sits on the banks of the Garonne River, 40 miles upstream from Bordeaux. Colin came here in the spring of 1814. Amanda has arranged to meet historian Dr. Gregory Champeau.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Hello, I'm Gregory.
Hello, Gregory. I'm Amanda. So this is Coudreau?
Yeah, it is. Well, you're actually on the port of Coudreau, which was the port of Coudreau in the early 19th century. That would have been a very bustling place. I've got postcards. You can see the river full of boats and barges on which the goods were loaded.
Gosh, the landscape's absolutely just unchanged. Even that cedar tree there, look, and the house, everything.
That's the same thing. So as you know from Bordeaux, this place was quite anti-Napoleon. So the local people would welcome the British troops. And there would be fraternization. And I've got here a very interesting document. So this was written by Lieutenant William Hare. He was in the same regiment as Colin.
It's like a grid.
Yeah, it is. Actually, it's written in 2 directions.
Why?
He wanted to use all paper, actually, so he didn't want to
waste a tiny inch of space.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. If I remain long in this country and withstand seduction...
Yeah, it's underlined.
It will be wonderful, for I never saw such women in my life. He's writing this to his wife.
Exactly. At a party.
At a party the other night, a handsome friend of mine was there when one of the daughters of the house gave him privately the key to her bedroom, into which he found
the way.
Gosh, wouldn't that be amazing if that was Colin?
Wow,
it
that
would be.
Could have been, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so they were beautiful women.
Exactly.
And quite naughty.
Ah, maybe.
You see, I know I've inherited that as well from Radagon.
That shows that they got along very well.
I love that, yes. So that's what you mean by fraternization. It's a polite word for we won't say.
Exactly. So Colin
was having a fabulous time. But I have to say, I think Blinking deserved it, because he's been through so much.
That's true.
He's fought so many battles.
That's true.
The key to somebody's room is the very least he could expect, and a barrel of wine.
Right, that's true. If you want, we could go up the street here to have a look at Radagon's family house.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my God! Really? Colin, he wasn't an ordinary man. I think we've established that, but he was a private, he was a shoemaker, so that's quite humble. So I would imagine she had quite humble beginnings.
So, well, you're just standing in front of it. That's the actual house.
This house, number 9?
Yeah.
It's a good size.
The whole row of houses here was full of shops. I've got here a picture showing the house, so you can see the balcony was not here.
Yes.
And that was the actual look of the house, and Radagon and her father, Gerard Charbonnel.
What was his name? Gerard?
Gerard.
Gerard.
Yeah. Charbonnel.
Charbonnel.
And her mother was Catherine Labrousse. This was the high street of Coudreau, linking the market street to the port, where we've been.
And so Colin would not have had very far to come.
No, that's
Just
true.
literally a little walk up the hill.
Exactly.
For secret trysts. Because I can't imagine she was naughty. She wouldn't have wanted to upset her parents.
No.
So could this have been the house when Colin deserted that she could have possibly hidden him in?
Well, that could have been. We have no evidence for that. But we know he was there. We know he met Radagon. We know they fell in love. And we know they got married about 18 months later, in early 1816. I've got extra information about the marriage. Because actually they drawn up this prenup agreement.
What?
Well,
a prenup?
Yeah. Well, it's a kind of prenup agreement, yeah, in 1816.
16. Is that usual?
Well, it wasn't usual, but I'd say that in the family of Radegond, it was quite usual. It was kind of Catherine Le Bruce, her mother, did the same thing. So it was like a pattern in the family.
I'm loving this. Feisty women.
Exactly. Maybe they wanted to be independent or...
Yeah.
So you've got a translation here.
Right, so it says, under and before God, Mr. Thomas Collins. I said this. I said he must have turned his name round.
Yeah, now you know probably
Now I know
why.
for absolutely sure, and why.
Because he deserted, so he might have wanted to change his name and to hide a bit.
Here, Radegond Chabonnel, minor, and so just, was she underage?
She was under 21, that's what it means.
I wonder if that's why they waited. Because he landed at 1814, they got married in 1816. You would think they just waited.
Maybe.
The future spouses declare that there was born out of wedlock a child of the feminine gender to which they gave the name Catherine, born last the 26th of October to legitimise and legally recognise her.
That's true.
Out of wedlock, so they didn't wait.
No, they
Oh
didn't.
my God.
So you've got the answer to your question.
But I didn't know anything about her.
Wow, that's their first child. Remember the letter we read earlier about William Hare?
Yes.
So maybe that Radegond gave the key to her bedroom too.
There was me thinking, oh yes, they waited 2 years so they could get married and do it all right and do it in the right way round. Or what is the right way round? A baby is everything. How amazing. Would French have been a bit more relaxed about that?
I don't know, at the time probably not. So after that, they had Louis, as you know, in 1818. And sometime before 1821, they moved back to England. We know that because they had another child, another girl actually, born in Truro in Cornwall in 1821, Elizabeth. And they had 9 children.
What?
In total.
9?
9, including Catherine, Louis, and Elizabeth and the others. So they went back to England, but there's a French line of your family staying here, obviously.
Yes.
Catherine Le Bruce, for example. So I've got another document here. So this is...
I want to cry, I'm so happy.
So this is a document from 1832.
Okay.
It's about Catherine Le Bruce, who's Radegond's mother. So this document is actually listing her property. It says that she has a vineyard.
What?
That's true.
Oh, yes!
Une pièce de terre en vigne. That's what it means.
Pièce de terre en vigne.
And
Where's that?
And we actually have the name of it. It's named Castouré.
Castouré. Castouré.
In the commune of Coudreau.
Is it tell me it still exists?
It actually still exists.
Do they produce wine from it?
Well, they still produce wine in this area. This is a modern map of Coudreau.
Oh my God.
So this is the center of Coudreau. And if you look about here, you can read...
Oh yes, Castoret.
Exactly, so that's the place. And there's still a vineyard there.
So would she have gone there? Would she have worked there?
Well, actually, her mother, so Catherine Le Bruce's mother, was called Radegond.
Right.
Radegond Balan.
Amanda has now discovered 3 generations of her maternal French ancestors, back to her 7 times great-grandmother, Radegond Balan.
The Balans were a family of winemakers. They had several vineyards in the area.
Several.
And one of them was Castouré.
Oh, I love you, Gregory. Oh my God.
So you could go there if you want.
I am so
now
going
we know
there.
where it is.
I'm going there. They were owners. That's like a dream.
Oh, that's good.
So, Gregory said, come and find Castoret Vineyard. So I'm literally at the fork here. There's a road there, road there. It's got to be over here somewhere. It's just incredible. This legacy has been inherited or passed down through all the women in the family. That's in itself unique. 3 generations of women. I couldn't have asked for anything better. My family used to own a vineyard, and it's like heaven. So this is it, Chateau Castoret. I love that noise. For Colin to end up here, after so much, I don't know, I think the thing I love about Colin the most is he was a rule breaker. He was very instinctive, he led with his heart. He kind of didn't care if he got into trouble. He did what he felt was right, against all the odds, and it all turned out for him in the end. Cheers. Mm. It's actually delicious, you know. Apparently it was a very good year, 2010.